Hi, I'm Brandon Cullins, and I was going to talk to you guys a little bit about how I start a colt on the barrels after I finish, as usually as a 2-year-old, after I finish a month or two of riding them around and kind of getting the things I want done on them. Once they know all those basics, I'll show you how I start them on the barrels. So the first thing I'll do, their first trip through, I'll set up just like I always do. I'll trot them down the arena, and I always come right up the middle of the pen, and I want them to stay in a straight line all the way to where I want them to stop. Ooh. And I'll kind of stop way out here and just let them set a second and come over to the barrel, and then I just start walking them around it, usually about 2 or 3 circles, but I keep them a little bit big just so they don't get stuck, and so they keep moving around, because I can always close it up later. I kind of keep just a little bit of shape in them, but I want to keep that forward motion in them. Then I come all the way and clear the barrel and come back up and head to my next one. And even from day one when I start my colts, I always want to stop them up in the barrel. I never want them setting up out in front. I always want the horse's flank or the hip at the barrel. So this is where I want them to start and make their move. I don't want them doing it out here. So I teach that from day one. And I always pick my inside rein up and go forward. Like I said, I'll keep a little bit of space around them. And just keep them relaxed and just kind of see the corner of their eye, maybe their eyelashes. And I come all the way down, and I always clear the barrel before I make my move out, because I never want them to start leaving too early. Now pick a straight line and come all the way up and stop in the same place with their hip in the barrel. Whoop. Then even if they spook or look at something like that, I don't make too much of a big deal about anything, especially early on. I just let them just go back to it and let them find their way through. Then after I do that a couple times, I'll start loping. I'll lope pretty early. I won't ever let them turn it, but I'll kind of lope up the middle of the pen. Ooh. Then I break them down a little bit. And then this is what I do a lot for about 2 weeks. I'll just lope this about this size of circle, kind of straight, kind of make a move all the way around the barrel. And this to me is what really teaches them how to pull around the barrel. Because I always want them, their front feet pulling and their whole body in a line. This is what I feel like is the fastest. They stay on the move. They never really hit a point to stop yet. So I'll do this and keep an even circle all the way around. And I won't necessarily stop them, but I'll just kind of break their gait so they know that's how to rate them. Older horses, when I really teach them to make a move and get down in there, I'll stop them, but at this point I don't. And I really make sure I keep an even circle and clear all the way around the barrel. Then usually I'll start by trotting, walk them, then I might trot them and then trot them around it, and then lope my circles. Then I always finish bringing them back in close, just like one trip through, just so that they know that they are supposed to get close to the barrel. I'll bring them up and I'll just trot them through, almost like a regular barrel pattern, but I'll circle twice. I kind of keep them straight between the reins, don't put a whole lot of shape in them, but I just kind of get a little bit closer and really make them move and pull their feet around. And even here, I'm still making sure I clear the barrel so that they can make a big move all at once out down the road. Then I'll do that for a couple weeks, 3 weeks, a month, depending on the horse. Like, I won't ever actually ask them to drop and turn until I can put them in that frame and give them their head and they stay up and pull themselves around on their own. So I feel like the first time you ever let one turn, that really goes a long way into setting their style for the rest of their life. So that's where they're gonna wanna do it all the time, because that's obviously the most natural for them, is how they're gonna do it on their own. So I want to make sure that they have all that foundation in them and they want to stay all the way around and they hit their points where I want them to hit. Because that way it'll save you a lot of trouble a year down the road, because that stuff, the stuff you do as a 2-year-old when you first start them, it shows up forever, in my opinion. So that's the biggest thing I worry about when I'm starting a 2-year-old, is taking them slow, making sure it's all correct, making sure it's easy for them, and to keep them happy. Like, you don't want to get them angry and frustrated, because they got to like their job. I don't care how good of a jockey you are. If you have a horse that doesn't want to do it, it's not going to work. So you really got to have them on your side.